Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So I had some pretty awful, pretty sloppy trading from me today. Took a short on the NQ this morning that I put in the room, which I'm going to break down in a second. But I did manage to just hold a little bit of a flipped long, which I don't always like going straight from a short into a long. But sometimes you just have to forget that you have to forget you have to not be bothered about flipping and changing your decision, right? I think the bigger man is sometimes the person who just changes their decision. So I was short on the overnight and I did have lots of stuff to get done this morning. Had a couple calls to attend, went to the gym, just got back, made a load of food. So been a bit of a busy morning for me, but I did take a long down on the NQ at 510s, and I've got my last target set here for 600s, and I just want to show why I'm in that, and I'm also going to break down, look, the short that I did take, shorting the lows, got stopped out, and just basically managed to get myself back in the green. We're up like $150, but just a really, really tricky, not even tricky, just a bit of a sloppy day. And these are the only accounts that I'm trading because, just to be completely truthful with you guys, I really don't care what happens to these accounts. That's why I've only traded them on Apex. You'll see on my other screen, I just show you, where's my, no trades, other than my little boy. That's my trade. That's my screen to the left of me. So there's no trades, no browsers are open. The only reason I'm taking this, and the reason I haven't really said that I've flipped long on this trade, is just because I'm like 50-50 with it, right? So I would rather give you guys the best trades possible, but I'm just showing you my trade this morning on Apex. Again, nothing amazing, just got filled there. $170 on those accounts. They're at basically $27,000 now. So I think there is, how much is in there now? How much can I take out? Like $900, so nearly $20,000 payout if they approve it. But we shall see. We shall see. Today's day 6. I got 2 more days, and I'll be able to take that. But anyway, let's do the breakdown for this morning. The reason why I was initially, again, keyword that, initially short, and then if you read my messages in the chat, I said if this trade fails, this will be a long only day. In fact, I'll get it up. This will be a long only day and pullbacks will be valid. So if I just show you my messages this morning in the chat. Okay. Look, so this was my long only day. And as I got back from the gym, I saw this number plate that basically said long. And I was just like, that coincides with everything that I'm saying today. So here we go. Pullback long type of day confirmed, in my opinion. I'll break down more later. This is when I was initially short. This was hours ago, so 4 or 5 hours ago. I said it's more of a 50-50, but the risk to reward makes it worth it for me. My stop is at 515s, which will just mean this will be a trend pullback type of day. Therefore, possibly no shorts. Okay, and then obviously I managed the position quite well. Flipped long, and obviously that's what you're seeing on this screen now. And the reason why in my opinion, the long is now working is because if we zoom out, so this was the initial same anchor new low short that I was looking at. The halfway back that did trade on Friday, we were inside the 38, which is all of this zone here. That ultimately has now broken. But I had the foresight to realize on the overnight session, we did trade what was the halfway back at 7 o'clock. That went all the way to its negative 100 completion here. And we then went same anchor new high. That same anchor new high, true trend was still valid. Triangle momentum's up, 38 bid. That's 3 confirmations. And of course, what we're seeing now is that that expansion into those targets. Interestingly, we haven't traded a 4-hour or an hourly high in some time. So I'm expecting, at least this 4-hour high to get taken out. But I am obviously out of my trade for now, just so you can see. But yeah, breakdown of the long, and you'll see when I log into all of my other accounts, I haven't taken any trades in any of my other 55 accounts, right, or 50 accounts. So just for full transparency, I'm trading these PA accounts with a little bit more of a riskier mindset, thinking that, if I get a payout with them, brilliant. If they come up with some reason not to pay me out, then whatever. You guys know they've sent me an email saying that they're going to be, basically, I can't buy any more evaluation accounts with them. So I'm kind of just taking this as a little bit of a like, we'll see what happens type of thing. But yeah, that's those accounts. Going into the day with you guys, I will be full zero, starting the accounts with zero, but with the accounts that I've got. All I'm really looking for now that we've completed, and to be honest, before my trade plan, this is what I was already thinking, because we'd come down to this same anchor new high here, traded the halfway back, completed the 23. This same anchor new high here, traded the 38. We've just completed that 23. I'm only looking, this is the only trade I'm looking for today, this on screen. So if you're watching us and you're not a member of the CMP Trading Room, firstly, come on. Secondly, this is the only trade I'm probably going to take today. So even if you're not a member, like, there's no reason why you probably won't be able to execute this trade quite well, even without me. And of course, if it fails, who cares, right? It's a numbers game, right? So this is the only real trade I'm looking for. It's an overnight midpoint. It's a 4-hour low touch, and hopefully it's a traditional inside that. So hopefully it'll be something like this. Traditional will trade, same anchor new high will trade, and just look for those continuation trades. I don't really have anything for the short side. Am I saying I might not flip short buyers halfway throughout the day if something changes? Of course, things can change, but as it stands currently, just like I said on Friday, and Friday was an incredible short day. Congratulations if any of you caught that short that we managed to get on Friday. Absolutely phenomenal. Did get stopped out on the highs of the ETH, managed to get back into it and rode this for a really nice trade all the way down to the lows. So I think if the bias is still correct, like what it was on Friday, I think this is the only real trade that I'm going to take. And if we just grind higher with no necessary valuable pullbacks, then it might just be a day where I don't really do anything. And I'm kind of okay because, yes, the Apex accounts have been traded, but also every day I don't trade, it's a day I don't lose money. So I don't really mind if I don't take a trade, if I don't take a trade inside a day. That doesn't really bother me. I'd rather preserve capital in moments where I don't feel like there's valuable risk needing to be put on. So that's kind of my breakdown for this morning. I would eye up 500s to basically 480s, and I would see how price reacts around those levels. If it holds, and if we ATR into that target, and then we slowly grind out and trade halfway backs, in my opinion, that's a valid setup for a long. And I would be expecting at least this 650s, 650s to 700s. ETH high might be a little bit hard to hit because we hit it on Friday, but I think you do have quite a high likelihood of hitting it the day after if you traded it, on one day previously. Whether that holds true if it's a weekend, I don't know, but I guess it's still technically the day after, so it should still hold true. I think it goes up double in terms of the percentage likelihood. But anyway, I won't necessarily be shooting for the ETH. I'll probably just shoot for this 23 here, which is the same anchor new high. If price comes down, this is going to be that area that price will bounce from. And of course, if we just hold from where we are and we just rally and grind higher, feel free to take some aggressive trades. But for me, I'm probably just going to sit on the sidelines, as you will see on my screens anyway. So that's pretty much my breakdown. I've got some Greek yogurt, orange and kiwi to eat, so I'm going to eat that on stream. And everyone on YouTube, I will see you all tomorrow, and everyone in the room will go live on Whoop now.